It's a totally redundant system. So this is A, that's B.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good thinking.
In case we blow something up, we can just switch it on the fly. Yeah.
Yeah. So Herb mentioned that the Bogners are modded. Can you talk about the mod, or do you know what it is?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I when I was doing the record, I thought I had two of these old guys, but I guess I only had one. So one of them I either went missing somewhere, or I just forgot where I put it. But which is possible. But I borrowed one from Bogner, and three out of the four channels, mine sounded better, and that's because I've got a collection of really weird old tubes in there. That's pretty much it. Huh. And also Reinhold kind of, back in the day had tweaked mine to be just a little bit more on the dark side, I think, than a lot of these fishes were a little bit more bright. But anyway, he's like, I don't want to mess with it. It sounds so good. It's like three of your channels sound better than mine. So like, I don't even want to mess with the.
Don't breathe on it.
Just leave it alone. And so we ended up using that. Herb actually had a friend of his that was a collector of these, and we found about 2 or 3 of these in a warehouse. So I ordered a few more as a backup, and then Bogner tweaked them to get as close to the original one that I have. Yeah. And I used to use VHT, which is Fryette. Yeah, sure. So like, I mean, those are great power amps, and the combo sounds really good there. We're using wireless systems so I can run around like a monkey and not worry about cables, and then just some effects here to play with for different sounds on different songs. Sure. So yeah.
Man, yeah, you kind of the Strymon stuff is kind of mind blowing.
Yeah.
And that stuff is very, very good. Right on. What else we got?
I mean, it's
tube screamer action.
It's not
pretty standard.
It's not a whole lot of stuff. It's just your basic effects, And then as I was saying, it's a completely redundant unit in case something blows up and we got to move on the fly. Herb can flip a switch and that thing is live.
Sure. All
the effects are the same. Two Bradshaw switching systems, and we're ready to go.
Identical.
Yeah.
So what's up with the 2 gates? One before and one after, or?
I don't know. You'd have to talk with Herb about that. Okay, this is Herb's land, so I'm kind of an observer here as well. But these are his tools. So
want that answer now?
Yeah.
Sure.
So there's 3 gates in the rig total. The first one next to the poly blue is at the top of the rig, right as it comes out of the wireless. The second one follows the tube screamer, because the tube screamer introduces a little more noise and hiss.
Sure.
And the third one follows the 10-band EQ, because it's actually kind of a gain staging. It's part of the gain staging as well.
I see.
Anything that's going to add hiss to the gain staging has a smart gate after.
Yeah. The one drawback to these Bogner fish is it's a loud ass amp.
Yeah.
It is a very noisy.
2 more in the back of the amp rack as well. So
it's a very noisy amp. So Bogner and I have had a few discussions about maybe the possibility of collaborating on another amp and maybe cleaning up some of the deficiencies like the noise and a few things, but basically keeping the body of what it is.
Right.
So I'm hoping we continue those conversations. It'd be nice to do another amp collab with them or something like that. But,
well, I mean, for now it's working. You got Herb's got you on belts and suspenders.
We're good.
So you're good. You're golden.
We're good, man. We're good. Yeah, well, it sounds really good. It's a pretty simple system. It's tried and true. I've been using these amps since the early '90s. And the Friedmans have been using them for a long time too. This is our first run with this setup, so we're just trying it on for size, and for this record, it feels right. So,
right on. Well, man, I can't tell you how excited I am for the new record on the 18th. In case you didn't catch that, you guys gotta go get a copy of that. New video rips, new song rips.
Thank you.
I love your solo stuff because it's like, I'm an Alice in Chains fan.
Yeah.
But your solo stuff is very, obviously sounds a lot like Alice in Chains, but you kind of pull influences that might not necessarily find their way into an Alice record, there's some bluesy stuff, and there's some, just the expansion of tones I think is very, very interesting, but it still has those core, odd time signatures and heavy ass riffs. It's great, man.
Well, Alice is we are what we are because of the players involved. So there's only been 6 members in the band, and there only will be 6. So it's kind of requires all of us to make that kind of sound together. But we all individually bring what we bring to the band, And you know, when I step outside of that, I'm carrying whatever I bring with another group of people. So maybe that's where you're hearing some of the familiarity or whatever. Jesus Christ. Yeah. And but yeah, it's fun. You know, it's I just still dig making music. I'm having a fun time. You know. Starting out at the beginning of a new record cycle with I Want Blood, and Vilified's, you know, catching some fire at radio right now, and the video turned out great.
Video is super cool, and also, man, the halftime breakdown, it's badass.
Yeah.
When I first caught that, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't really let up.
Yeah, it's great.